Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing this channel for the first time, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I'm very grateful. That means you're enjoying my content. So today I'm excited, guys. I am very excited. I haven't been on here in a minute. It's been a lot going on, but today I'm excited. So I just got back my passport from the IRCC. My visa is here, Canadian visa is here, and I'm happy, and that's what I want to talk about. I'm just going to briefly summarize the whole process from the start to the finish. If you want to see, I've explained my I've gone through the application form, and that will be the next video after this one. So if you want to see what I filled, the answers I filled in my application form, you need to check the next video, right? So let's get straight into it. So you go to the IRCC website. I think they updated quite recently. I don't know how recent, but yeah. So because before I started this application, all the videos I checked that I saw on YouTube, they had like it was still very helpful, but you could see slight changes. So I think they updated some things. Yeah, so you go to the IRCC portal, you create a profile. Another thing you should note is that when you create your profile, right, for me, when you put your password, they tell you your password has to be so and so numbers, characters long, it has to contain a special character and all those things. That was where I made a mistake. So it will list out for you the special characters that you can include in your it will list out the special characters that you can include in your password. But for me, I didn't pay attention to what was listed. In my mind, most of my password already had the hash sign. So I kept creating the password, putting the hash sign, but there was no hash sign in what was listed. So it kept saying incorrect until I don't know how I figured, and then I picked one of the special characters that was in what they listed, and that was when I was able to create my profile. So I created my profile on there's a time. I'm just going to give you a timeline. I created my profile on, you can write it down if you like, on the 29th of January, right? That was when I created my profile. And then I created my profile. It was just like a joke to me, even though I already had the intention, but I was not ready at the time to apply. So when I created my profile, the next message I got was, you have 60 days to complete this application, or your application will be deleted. Wow. Okay. And after that, I didn't do anything else. I started gathering my documents, right? Got my letter from my manager, got my bank statements, pay slips and everything, put them together. So after that, when it was about a month, I think on the 2nd of March, that was when because they sent me a reminder that you have like 30 days left, or you have 1 month left. I can't remember the exact words they used, to complete your form. If not, your application will be deleted. So I had to swing into action. I started the application process. I filled out the form. If you want to know the answers I put in my form, you can check the next video, because I have discussed my application form. All right, so I filled out the form, gathered my documents. They don't ask you for a lot of documents, but you have to use your number 6 to gather your documents. So because I've applied for a few Schengen visas in the past, I used the knowledge of the Schengen visas that I have applied for in the past to gather my documents. So yes, I started filling the forms. So something you should note is when you're filling the forms, there's a place they ask you to if you have a national ID card. For those of us from Nigeria, we have a national ID card which is NIN, but I did not use that because the national ID card that they ask for has expiry date, and for those of us from Nigeria, our national ID card, maybe because I still have the paper one, it doesn't have an expiry date, so I couldn't use that. And to avoid long stories, what I did for the national ID card part, I just input my passport. I uploaded my passport instead. And yeah, for the purpose of this video, when I say passport, I mean international passport, because we Nigerians, we refer to it as international passport, right? That's your green passport, yeah? But every other place, they call it ordinary passport or just passport. So when I say passport, for the purpose of this video, I'm referring to my international passport. So that was what I uploaded. So after you have uploaded your form, you then you submit it, and then you make your payment. I'm just trying to go through this, and yeah, you make your payments. Okay, they sent me a reminder. I can see it here. Submit your application within 30 days. This was sent on 28th February. So on the 2nd of March, I was able to finish my form. I submitted, and then I made the payment. The payment for the visa itself is 100 Canadian dollars. And then for the biometrics is 85 Canadian dollars. So in total, it was 185 Canadian dollars, which I paid. And I think I paid about 105 pounds when it's converted. So I'm not sure if that's the exact, but it was around that price range. So whatever it is that is applicable at the time you're applying is what you're going to pay. So don't take my word for it that you must pay 105 pounds, okay? So after I paid, that was on March 2nd, I submitted my application, I think around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And after that, you need to wait for your biometric instruction letter. They will send you a biometric instruction letter. And the thing is, whenever they, like when they want to contact you on your portal, there is a place like that reads messages. I don't have any message, then I read 0. So when they've done something on your portal, they send you a message. It shows either 1 or 2 there, and then you get an email to say you have a message on your IRCC portal. So when I made my payment, yeah, that was confirmed. The next thing was for me to wait for the biometric instruction letter. I submitted my form at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't even know, I think at about 8 in the evening the same day, I got a message that about my biometric instruction letter. I was very excited, and when I got the letter, I had to book my biometrics immediately. So I went to their website. The good thing about the Canadian visa application is that there are lots of appointments. You don't have to panic. There are lots of appointments. I don't know if it has changed, but as at the time I applied, every day in March had a slot, right? So I booked my biometrics, booked the time, and then yeah, I got ready. So they will tell you the only thing you need to bring to the biometrics is the biometric instruction letter. If you're not a critical thinker, you might just take just that and go. But no, you need to take your passport, the biometric instruction letter, even your appointment slip. You print it out. And I had to pack all my documents because it's better the documents are excess than they tell you this document is missing. I even took my application. I printed it and I took it there because I came from a long way, so I didn't want to be sent back because one document was missing. So on the day of the biometrics, I went there. I think I got there. My appointment was for 1:30. I got there, I think, either 11 or 11:30. So we had to stay on the queue as usual. And then at 1:15, I was allowed in. I got in. You meet those two ladies because I think it's the same place where some of this Schengen country do VFS office. It's the same place where most of the Schengen. So I've been there before. You meet those two ladies at the entrance. They check your documents, give you your paper, and tell you go to so and so floor. So I went to the second floor and sat down, waiting for my turn. You be looking at the screen, waiting for your turn for your number to show and to tell you which room you're going to. So when it was my turn, I went into the room. I met this lady doing her job. She asked me, there is this I think like a consent thing on the wall. She asked me to read it, like you're giving IRCC permission to access your information and things like that. After reading it, they'll tell you, are you happy with that? Of course, you have to say yes. If you don't say yes, I don't think the biometrics will carry on. So I read it and the biometrics went on. I think there was something she made me to stand up, I think maybe to show that I don't have anything on me. I didn't ask her though, but I did like this. I did like showed my everything, showed myself like I don't have any hidden anything on me, because of course it's recorded. So after that, she asked me to sit down. She captured me, and then they did the usual 4 fingerprints, whatever. The thumbs, I can't even remember what they call it, but you know what I mean, right? So after that, she took the biometric instruction letter, and then she put this sticker behind my passport and told me, don't take out the sticker until you hear from us. I said okay, and she said your biometrics is done, you can leave now. And so I left, and the waiting game started. So this was on the 18th of March. Remember, I submitted on the 2nd of March. After the biometrics, I kept checking my email every single day to see if I had any feedback, and this was really stressing me out. So I told myself, no, you can't keep doing this to yourself. So I stopped checking my email for feedback. And then on the 20th of April, I got a message that I got an email that I have a message in my IRCC portal. So I had to go to IRCC portal. I saw it. It was like the passport request letter. So I went, I clicked on it, downloaded it, and yeah, okay, I was like, okay, now they want my passport. I was smiling. Does that mean it's a positive thing? So what I did, I printed out the passport request. I went on their website to see if I could just do a walk-in to go and submit my passport, or and what documents I need I need to book an appointment and to see what documents I need to go with. So while I was going through the website, I saw in fact I'd already checked my return ticket on the coach would cost me close to £40, which I was happy to pay. I was even trying to see if I needed to book an appointment so that I can book the appointment and then go and book my ticket. So when I got on the website, I saw that they had like a courier service. They had one way. Let's say if you've taken your passport there and you want the courier to bring it back, that's one way. You pay for one way, or you want them to come and take it for you and then you go in person and pick it, that's one way as well. And then they have two-way. Two-way is the courier service will take your passport there and then bring it back. And then I checked the price. I said, okay, if I have to go and drop this passport now, for example, it's going to cost me roughly £40 to and fro. And if the passport is ready, they say come and collect your passport, it's going to cost me another roughly £40, which is roughly what, £80. And then I checked the courier service. The courier was, I think, £46, £45 and something. So let's say £46. And I said, wow, I think I'm going to opt for the courier. I'm going to opt for the courier services. So I paid for the same, that 20th. It was, by the time I finished all this, my research, it was already night. I think maybe around 11 p.m. or thereabout. So I made payment for the courier, and they sent me some documents and said, and the VFS sent me an email and listed the documents that I needed to bring. There were 3 documents. I think I can't remember the, okay, they said you need a consent form, registration summary, which were attached to the email, by the way, passport transmission letter, and then your current passport. So these were the documents that you were supposed to submit. And then the passport transmission letter, I was confused because it was not explained. So I had to go and ask my bestie, ChatGPT, what is passport transmission letter? And then my bestie said the passport transmission letter is this letter I'm reading now, that is saying, that is listing like this two-way courier information, like the email that VFS sent to you to say you've paid for the two-way courier service and listed the items that you should bring together, that you should send. That's the passport transmission letter. So I printed the email. I also printed the consent form, filled it, registration summary, which was attached to the email. I downloaded that as well, and then with my passport. But the passport request letter is not here. But me, I don't like taking chances. I included it inside the documents. So I put everything inside like an A4 envelope. Then they said you don't have to drop it off at any DHL office. That was where I was very happy. They said the DHL will come to your address that you have filled in and pick it up. Okay. So I was very happy about that, and that they will come in the next 2 to 3 days. So this was on the 20th. So on the 22nd, I got a knock. My bell rang, and it was DHL. They had come to pick my documents. So all these 4 documents plus my passport, I put it in a brown envelope. You don't need to do anything. And then there is something they call air bill or something. You know that paper that they stick when they deliver something to you, that paper that they usually stick on the box and scan. That's what they call air bill. So that one too is sent to you, but you need to print it out but not put it in the envelope, because that is what the DHL will put on top of their own envelope. So this the air bill. So when the lady came, I gave her the envelope, because I already like sealed the envelope, and then gave her a copy of the air bill. So she now will put my envelope in their own delivery envelope and then put the air bill on top. Yeah, so I gave her and then she left. This was happening on 22nd, I think, around somewhere in the afternoon. So yeah, and that was it. I sent away my passport and became hopeful again, another waiting game. Yeah, so I started waiting, yeah, and then on 27th I think I got a message from DHL saying your shipment will arrive tomorrow, will be delivered tomorrow between so and so time. Yeah, and then when I went to my portal, they had already updated the complete, because for every step they do, they will put it as complete. For every step they do, they'll put it as complete. Yeah, so they had already updated it as complete, but on the main application itself they will say application closed. When they requested my passport, I was quite nervous because when I went to check, it says application closed. So I went to my bestie, I asked, what does it mean if IRCC says your application is closed and they've not issued you your they've only requested for your passport? So my bestie ChatGPT said it was like a good thing, that most times when they put application closed, it's because they finished acting on it. They're just waiting to dispense the sticker. Yeah, so the step 1, application submitted. Step 2, they say application received, and then that was when I went to step 3, application in review. That was when I went to do my biometrics and all that. And then step 4, application decision approve and complete. Yeah, so I didn't need any medicals, and yeah, so the documents I uploaded, yeah, I think this video is getting too long. I will do a separate video just to list out the documents I uploaded, guys. So if you have any question, you're planning to go to Canada, I think it's worth it. Even if you're not going now, just get that visa on your passport and keep it there for when you're ready. Yeah, so I hope this clarifies everything, every doubt that you have. And if you have any question, disclaimer, I'm not an immigration advisor. If you have any question, you can ask me and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And until I see you in my next video, guys, stop existing and start living your best life. Bye bye.